Welcome to episode 2 of the official Pokémon Scarlet Metronome only run, where every move is chosen by random chance. Last episode we fought Brassius, and it was an absolute nightmare. So after the fiasco that was the grass-type gym, I think it's time that we get a full team of 6. Unfortunately, the team members that I planned for my team are a little bit out of the way, so I have to go on a little journey to get my last members. So let's head over to the tag tree thicket to get him. But oops, I stepped too close to Atticus and now I have to mash the A button through some dialogue. But we do meet Clive on the way. Frankly, I just find him to be a trustworthy character that would never lie to me and would never try to deceive me. Just a stand-up guy, really. Side note, I think it's quite odd that there are so many dialogue options about Director Clavel when talking to Clive. It just seems really weird. I don't really see the relevance. But moving on, we have Pokemon to catch. And there he is, a little impidimp named Prince. A physical attacking dark fairy who has a pretty respectable special attack as well, and some pretty solid defenses. Unfortunately, he is pretty slow, but that isn't actually a problem because of his ability Prankster, an ability that any competitive player surely knows all too well at this point. Prankster makes non-attacking moves always go first, and since Metronome technically isn't an attacking move, Prince will always be moving first, which is huge. With Prince caught, we can move on to the last member of my team, who I can find right here on the map. Unfortunately, there's an unscalable wall right here, and I didn't think this far ahead, I just thought I could make it there. Thankfully though, after studying the map for an embarrassingly long time, I found a route I could take. But this was only the first of many problems I had with this Pokemon. After going all the way around, I finally made it and encountered my last team member and my absolute favorite Pokemon, Indeedee. One small issue, she's level 50. My highest level Pokemon is 20 levels under her, and she has a pretty low catch rate. Thankfully though, I found out her only attacking move is Psychic, which Prince is immune to. So, after a crap ton of Pokeballs, she got caught. Now, for another problem with Indeedee. She is a little bit overleveled. Thankfully, this has a simple solution. I can just get an egg and hatch a new Indeedee for my team. Now, getting an egg shouldn't be that hard. You need to make an egg power sandwich, which is super easy. All I need to do is gather the ingredients, banana, butter, peanut butter. Shouldn't be that big of a problem. Wait, really? You're actually serious? So, turns out, you can't buy peanut butter until you beat the 4th gym for some reason. So, I'll just buy a meal that gives egg power instead. Then I'll see an animation I've never seen before and get the egg. So, after all of that, I can finally introduce you to Candy, the Indeedee, a special attacking psychic normal type with very good bulk. Frankly, she doesn't really add that much to my team, but I love her, so I'm using her. Now that I have a full team, I can finally progress in the story, right? Well, no, not yet. I just have one more thing I have to do. That Brassius fight really opened my eyes to the potential difficulty of this run, so I'm going to do something that I've never done before in a casual Pokemon run. I'm going to EV train my Pokemon. I'll keep it brief for those who don't know, but EVs are given to Pokemon after knocking out other Pokemon. Getting enough EVs will increase the stat of your Pokemon. I'm barely scratching the surface, but basically if I knock out a lot of Yungooses and Psyducks, my attack and special attack will go up. And since I'm using both my attack stats on all my Pokemon, I'm investing in both attacks on all my Pokemon. Even though Pokemon like Mankey has a special attack that's, well, garbage, EV training it will make it slightly less garbage. So after exploding some Yungoos and absolutely obliterating some Psyducks, I'm finally ready to resume the run. Unfortunately though, we did have a tragic loss. While fighting a Rookidee, Henrietta tragically exploded herself. While this isn't a Nuzlocke, this unfortunately was her end. While this is a very sad moment, we have to keep our chin up and keep moving forward. So introducing a replacement, Kevin R, the Haunter, a ghost poison type with an insanely powerful special attack stat, especially considering he isn't even fully evolved. And speaking of being fully evolved, will I be evolving Kevin R into a Gengar? No, actually, I'm not going to be doing that. If I give him the item Eviolite, he actually becomes slightly bulkier than Gengar, only sacrificing 15 attack and special attack, but keeping the ability Levitate, which is very helpful because it makes him immune to fighting, normal, and ground type, making him the perfect switch-in for my Steel-type Pokemon who are likely to be hit by ground or fighting type moves. Real talk though, real quick, I just don't like Drowsy or Hypno that much, so I just wrote Henrietta out of my story and replaced her with Kevin R, her superior. I was only really using her because she was shiny, but I want to have a team that I truly love, so here we are. Finally having my complete team and finally ready to begin progressing the story. Now I head over to fight our first team starbase, the fire-type leader, Mela. Before we fight Mela though, we have to mash the R button for about a minute, and then we begin our fight. Before this fight begins though, can we just talk about how good some of the character design in this game is? I'm not a fan of all of their design, but they have some fire characters. Maybe even my favorite in the entire franchise. I mean, look at these characters. peak characters right there. So anyways, back to business. Here's the first attempt. Okay, so maybe I'm not quite ready for that. I thought this would be fine despite being a little underleveled, but clearly I'm in a tick of trouble here, so let's just put a pin in this and move on to Iona. But first, an Emona fight. Nothing really of note here. She's really easy right now because her starter isn't fully evolved. I beat her Rock Ruff. Then I had an odd moment with her Palmy, who just kept using the move Charge over and over and over again, despite having no reason to. He could have just bit me, but whatever. Then I hit him with a Grass Knot 2 times in a row, which is extremely rare, and after a lot of turns of paralysis and nothing moves, I finally took him out. And Quaxwell went down with little trouble. Before fighting Iona, we have to play Where's Waldo and fight some of her tier 3 subs. So let's just get that done real quick, and cool. I'm concerned about this fight, namely because of her Bellybolt, who is insanely bulky, and her Mismagius, who has no weaknesses because of Levitate and Terra Electric. On top of that, they use the move Charge Beam, which can quickly snowball and destroy my entire team. So let's venture into the Iona zone and see how we fare. She leads with Wattrel, and I with Girl Boss. After several turns of doing nothing, I hit them with an Aqua Step, raising my speed and nearly one-shotting them. Then Girl Boss finished them off by screaming at the bird. Next came Big Bellybolt. I swiftly hit him with a Flamethrower, and yeah, this is gonna be pretty rough. Every time I hit him, I power up his next electric type move, and youch, Girl Boss is down to 1 health. I did hit him with a huge close combat on my way out though, so that's nice. Candy pops in just to immediately leave and pivot into Meowth, who instantly got paralyzed, then hit Bellybolt with a solid Fell Stinger before dropping down to 8 health and trying to put the moves on Bellybolt. Unfortunately, Love doesn't win today, and Meowth falls. So I send in Mimi to kiss and confuse him. Wow, my team really likes this Bellybolt. And then he hits himself and I take him out. Cool. Next comes Luxio, who I RNG out after flinching with Bite, and then flinching her with Waterfall, and then closing it out with Drill Run. Next comes Mismagius, who I have like 3.5 of my Pokemon left for, which is scary because she's faster than all my Pokemon. I'm still just terrified of the special attack ups from Charge Beam. I have to defeat her quick, otherwise this will get out of hand. I switch into Candy as she's immune to Ghost and has a high special defense stat. Then I Terrasilize to normal for no reason, and then I get confused and deal a small amount of damage with Drill Peck. Unfortunately, the next turn, I'm not as lucky, getting crit and hitting myself in confusion. I take another Charge Beam, and now I'm at risk of being swept. This next attack very well could be the last one I survive. And I got a non-attacking move. Cool. Prince does have priority though, so I might still have a chance. But unfortunately, I was only able to get a little bit of damage with Infestation before going down. Well, this was a good first try, but I suppose I'll just try again. Friendship! I didn't think we would be friends after how much I've let her die, but I have one more chance. Okay, not quite what I was looking for, but maybe I could friendship again? Oh, she missed. I thought that move had 100% accuracy. One last chance. Alright, well, it was wishful thinking anyways. Okay, on to attempt 2. Wait, are you kidding me? Please, Mimi, I beg of you. Yes, all skill. And you know what? She was a streamer using me to plug her channel, so I'm going to use her to plug mine. Just a reminder that you should like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Have you hit that Bellybolt yet? Oh, funny joke. If I made you laugh, you have to subscribe. That's the rules. That wasn't that funny, though, so I don't expect a lot of return on investment there. You guys want to see a cool YouTube graph? Well, too bad. You're not getting one. Maybe if you subscribe, though, I'll think about showing you an awesome graph in a future video. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and it would mean a lot to you if you could subscribe and help me achieve that goal. Anyways, back to the car. On this attempt, I actually got pretty close, but I can assure you, this was a fluke, with Indeedee only doing good damage because she used Boom Burst and Draco Meteor. But I lose pretty shortly after. I think I need to do something else because this is a complete nightmare. I remember the Team Star bases being hard, but for the first base, this is really, really challenging. So it took me a while to realize this, but apparently this isn't supposed to be the first Team Star base. The dark one is actually the first one. Whatever, let's just do some other stuff first, I guess. Not a lot to say about the Bird Titan. I mean, it just isn't a very difficult boss battle, so I defeated the first phase in 3 easy turns, and the second phase, Arven just destroyed him, so cool. I eat a sandwich, and now I can swim. Nice. Then I started grinding for levels. Meowth, Mankey, and Impidimp evolved. Indeedee learned how to fly, and I go to fight Great Tusk for some reason. I have no idea why I thought I could beat Great Tusk when I couldn't even beat Mela, but whatever, I got absolutely stomped because Great Tusk is level 45, and I'm definitely not. Next up is Big Man Earthworm, who is awesome and I love him. We watch maybe the greatest cutscene I've ever seen, and we start our battle. Mimi terrestrializes in hopes of one-shotting him with a fighting type move, but I just get Fury Swipes, Smackdown, and then perish. In comes Kevin R, who uses Weather Ball and Thunderbolt, which almost takes him out, but sadly he can't finish the job. So here comes Girl Boss to finish it off with a Volt Tackle and Giga Impact. On to Phase 2. In Phase 2, I use the same strategy as last time, terrestrializing Mimi in hopes of one-shotting him, and... Alright, cool, just a little bit more to go already. Mimi uses Swift before something interesting happens. Earthworm uses Sandstorm, and that's not really the interesting part. Mimi then uses Magic Powder, a move which changes his type to Psychic, meaning he's no longer immune to the Sandstorm he just set up. Sure, Mimi goes down, but who cares? I'm about to do something that very well may have never happened before. I'm defeating the Earthworm Titan using his own Sandstorm. After doing a strategic switch, there it is. That's insane. Now my dog gets to eat a sandwich that makes him jump high. Alright, time to do something I probably should have done earlier. Let's go and get some held items for my team. Leftovers for Prince, because he's bulky. A Rocky Helmet for Girl Boss, so I can get some extra damage on physical attackers. A Quick Claw for Meowth, as she's my slowest. Wise Glasses and Muscle Band for Candy and Mimi, for a little bit of bonus damage on my special and physical attacks. And lastly, Eviolite for Kevin R, because he'll never evolve. And speaking of never evolving, let's talk about our dear team member, Mimi, my Annihilate to be. Or rather, not to be. When I was planning out my team, I just chose Mankey because they're awesome and Annihilate's awesome, but I didn't take into account how you evolved them. Use Rage Fist 20 times. Now that sounds an awful lot like a move that isn't Metronome. Technically it's not impossible, but let's be realistic. There are roughly 600 moves in Pokémon Scarlet. So in order to evolve Mimi, I would need to roll Rage Fist, which is a 1 in 600 chance, 20 times. That's basically like shiny hunting using the Masuda method 20 times, which would take me months. So no evolution for Mimi. And unfortunately, I only have access to one Eviolite. But it's whatever, Primeape has the stats of a fully evolved Pokemon anyways, so it'll be okay. Just in case though, I'll keep a Rage Fist counter in the corner for Mimi. What if, right, you know? Alright, now let's tackle the first Team Star base, the Dark-type trainer. I don't know how to say his name. And yeah, I'm way too overleveled for this, that's an oopsie. But while fighting this Murkrow that's 14 levels lower than me, I learned an important interaction with the Prankster ability. Yeah, so Drain Punch does hit Murkrow, but the issue is the ability Prankster doesn't. This doesn't often come into play, but Pokemon with the ability Prankster get priority with non-attacking moves, but these non-attacking moves cannot target Dark types. Competitively, it doesn't come into play that often, as most of these Pokemon don't target with their non-attacking moves. They use things like Light Screen or Tailwind, which don't target. But in my case, because Metronome is a non-attacking move that is technically targeting a Dark type, I can't hit them. This also means that Psychic Terrain will also completely shut down Prince. Consider this information noted. With that out of the way, let's begin. Yeah, so it's not that surprising to hear, but this was an easy fight. I used X-Scissor and defeated the Pawniard with a crit. Now I just have to fight the car. I used Mystical Fire and took out a solid chunk of health. Then I got hit by the car and it put me to sleep. I mean, real, I would probably fall asleep if I got hit by a car. Unfortunately, the only thing Girl Boss could do after waking up was set up grassy terrain, which does not help me at all. So in comes Meowth, who bites the car after getting snarled several times. All I need to do is hit this car with an attack, and I'm so over-leveled that I think basically anything will take him down. But no, my Pokemon are feeling merciful today, so I send in somebody who I feel hasn't lost their murderous spirit, Mimi. Alright, cool, thank you, sir, for the badge. I don't know how to say your name still. Alright, finally, for real, Mela, you're going down. You've caused me a lot of grief in this run already, but I'm not giving up this time. You're going down, the final boss of the episode, Mela, the Fire-type user. While she only has 2 Pokemon, they're both very heavy hitters, who 2 of my Pokemon happen to be very weak to, making them essentially useless in this fight. Firstly, she has a Torkoal, and while he may be slow, he's very bulky and hits like a truck. Additionally, he sets up Sun, which buffs Fire-type moves, and weakens Water-type moves. Then I just have to deal with the Car, who's just incredibly strong all around. A fast, strong, bulky nightmare, he checks all the boxes. He's also immune to all one-hit KO moves such as Guillotine and Sheer Cold. All the Cars are also immune to all status effects, and cannot be hit by Explosion, Self-Destruct, Memento, or any other move that instantly knocks the user out. The moves will flat out fail, effectively wasting a turn. And throughout this fight, I have to deal with what's probably the strongest status condition, Burn, which halves your physical attack, which is brutal. In this fight, I have one huge issue, Torkoal. He puts me in a dilemma instantly with his ability Drought. I have 2 choices, or rather results. With the nature of this run, I don't make a lot of choices. If I defeat Torkoal within the first 5 turns, then I don't have to deal with the Torkoal using the Sun to increase his damage. But then I have to deal with the Car using the Sun to increase his damage. But on the other hand, if I stall out the Sun, then I have to be fighting Torkoal at his peak. So what's better for me? It doesn't matter. I don't get to choose anything in this run, so who cares? Why am I even talking about this? This was probably my hardest battle so far, so just sit back and enjoy the ride. Focus Blue, that's gonna do good damage. I actually hit it, which is like a freaking miracle. That's like getting a shiny Pokemon. Dang it. It's actually not that big of a deal. I hope I don't get anything too clip-worthy, because my dog is barking like crazy. Hit yourself in confusion, please. Hit yourself in confusion, please. Yes! W. Superpower. Nice. That's big boy damage. I'm also freaking dead now. Unless he went for Screech, but he probably didn't. Actually, I could live that. Yeah, I did. I'm dead now, but unless I Quick Claw. Quick Claw is my win con here. I swear, if I get something really funny, that's like hilarious. Okay, well, it wasn't that funny. That's actually still good damage though. And now I think I stalled out the Sun, so that was actually really ideal. Come on, Prince. Give me something good. Fire Fang, not really, but any damage is good. Screech? Yes. And it missed. That's so good. That means I get another free attack, because I think he wants to Screech again. Then after he Screeches, I switch. Ah, would have been hype in any other scenario. Oh, he just is going straight to the Blazing Torque. Shadow Sneak? Not bad. I mean, it's not great, but... Oh, he actually... And he missed again! This is huge. I'm getting, like, so lucky. Ember, that's not good. Again, still more damage than I expected it to be. Okay, finally he hits me with Screech again. Although at this point... No, I'm switching. Girl Boss doesn't really help me too much in this fight. That's okay, that was Girl Boss's job. As unfortunate as it is. I still have 3 people, which is huge. Dang it, I wanted him to Screech. He actually might still do it, but it's just being hopeful. Sweet Kiss? Ah, I can't kiss a car. Dang it. Nah, dang it, but Burn, that's so sad. I was gonna live another one, but now I won't. Come on. Give me Waterfall, Liquidation, Fighting type move. That's really good, actually. Because now he wants to Screech. Come on, something good. Give me Dive, honestly. Dive would be huge. Ice Punch, not quite, but that was still a good chunk of damage for a not very effective move. That should kill. Don't burn. Okay, give me a Fighting type move, or Waterfall or something, please. Fly? Not bad, actually. Unfortunately, I'm wasting a turn of Reflect. Ooh, big damage, okay. Now I'm dead, but that's okay. Oh, Friendship? Oh, I didn't know I was friends enough. Mimi's died so many times, I didn't think she'd still be friends with me. Dang it, and then I get Fairy Lock, who cares? I could friendship again. Oh, Reflect's already gone, that was so quick. Please, friendship. Dang it, that was wishful thinking. Prince can probably take 2 hits, or a Screech into hit. Which means I have like 3 attacks unless I get crit. That could be enough. Soft boiled? No, that's not bad. Don't burn me though. Oh, was that a crit? And it burned. It wasn't a crit though. I can live another hit, I think. But I have to kill him like this turn and it has to be like a special attack. Oh, I did it, oh my god, it actually was a super effective special attack. That was nightmare difficulty. Oddly enough, that one wasn't, I don't feel like it was as nightmare as Brassius though, which is funny. That was hard. Well, thanks for watching, and if you haven't, make sure you check out the rest of the videos in this series, and while you're at it, check out the rest of my videos, and don't forget to like, comment, and...